Well, here we are in the summer months, and that does not mean that we're slowing down here at Liberty Athletics. It's time now to visit with the Director of Athletics, Ian McCaw, here as we get an update on the program. And Ian, a lot to talk about as you look back at Super Spring that was super successful. We've kind of been throwing that around here over the last few weeks, but wow, what a spring season it was. I mean, almost every sport in action for Liberty Athletics, and 10 conference titles, 10 trips to the NCAA tournament. You couldn't have asked for a whole lot more, could you?
No, it was really special, Nick, and capped off, it was the best year in the history of Liberty Athletics. And you look across the board again, 10 conference championships. We had so many teams that had high national rankings, postseason success, and then we just learned that we finished 72nd in the Learfield Directors Cup, our highest finish ever. So just a lot to celebrate. And it starts, we have great support from Dr. Prevost and our university leadership, but what a staff we have, our coaches, our support staff, and of course our student athletes. And so it's a really special year, and Flames Nation should enjoy and celebrate.
No doubt, and you mentioned the Directors Cup finishing 72nd there, 12th among group of 5 schools as well. When you came into this year, it felt like football kind of set the tone, didn't it, with its success and the big year that it had, and then everyone just kind of followed suit with that. But when you came into this year, knowing the challenges you were going to have with the pandemic as it was, could you have expected the type of success that this department was able to have, not just on the field, but just even the little things internally that people don't see?
Yeah, it's a great question. And, we weren't even sure we were going to get the year off the ground to begin with, but I think it's really a testament to the flexibility and the ability of our staff to really overcome adversity. And, that's something that I think as a Christian university we're kind of prepared for, and I think our staff really handled it incredibly well, and our student athletes thrived despite some of the challenges we faced.
We're going to talk NIL here in just a moment because I know that's the hot topic right now in college athletics, but also want to ask you just about the success of the year, but then trying to continue that. That's kind of the role of the administration, is it not, to make sure that you keep things in place for coaches to be able to have success year after year. What does that look like?
Well, we have great momentum right now, Nick, and of course our coaches are recruiting at an extremely high level, so that's very encouraging. We continue to have great facilities and infrastructure in place. I think the other thing that's really attractive is we have very stable coaching leadership, and that continuity is a big part of success as well. So I think all of the factors are in place, and again, with the support of the university and God's favor, we've been really blessed and expect to continue to have a lot of success.
Well, name, image, and likeness is here. That came into effect on July 1st with the NCAA adopting an interim policy, and then many universities and schools adopting their own policies to accompany that. I think we fall into that category as well. Tell us a little bit about what the last few weeks have been like as far as trying to adjust and figure out what the landscape is going to be now with NIL.
Yeah, we jumped out early with the SOAR initiative, and we launched that, and that was really the framework for how we were going to handle name, image, and likeness. And really, in recent days, we've been finalizing our policy and really putting in place the education and the content to help our student athletes build their brand and really flourish in this new environment. So we're off to a great start. A lot of questions, a few surprises, but I think overall things have gone really well. I think we're in a position to really serve our student athletes well as this NIL era begins.
With the SOAR initiative, for folks that don't know, and they just see the graphics and the cute slogans and all those things that go along with it, but kind of take us inside of it. How does that serve the student athletes? How does that help them build their brand and capitalize within NCAA rules?
Yeah, two things really. We want to teach them to be very intentional about how they build their brand, and I think that'll serve them well both at Liberty and when they go on to their future careers to really represent themselves the way they want to be perceived. And then secondly, provide them with content, and that'll be visuals, graphics, and videos and so forth that'll allow them to kind of push out content to showcase themselves. So those are really kind of two big pieces of it, and we look forward to engaging our student athletes here this summer and then into the fall as they all return to campus.
Yeah, I think it'll be great to kind of jog the minds there of some of the student athletes, maybe some ways to take advantage of this that they may not have even thought of. So that's certainly a part of it as well. I think it's fair to say you've been a proponent of NIL for a while now, even before we got to this point. What are some of the conversations you're having with other ADs and administrators? What are some of the concerns you've heard from them, or just the feedback that you've gotten from them on the whole thing?
Yeah, it's an unknown, and of course, anytime you're dealing with something new, there are risks, there's concerns about it, but I think overall it's moving in a good direction, and again, we have the pieces in place to really help our student athletes thrive, and again, that's a big part of what we want to do. We want to help them be successful athletically, academically, spiritually, and socially, and this is one more opportunity where we can really serve them and help them develop themselves in a really positive way.
Love serving our student athletes, love serving our fan base though as well, and football season tickets are on sale right now. We're certainly excited about welcoming back a full capacity to Williams Stadium coming up here this fall. That was the only bad thing about last year, right? I mean, we had 10 wins and a bowl game and a bowl win. We just didn't have as many people there to see it. So this fall, we're going to change all of that. And actually, we're adding some luxury or upgrading the luxury seating here as well. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we'll have some improvements on the third floor club as well as the suites and up on the fifth floor as well. So that project's ongoing. It'll be ready about the 1st of August. So our fans will see a really fresh look in all of our premium areas this year. So that'll be exciting. And as you mentioned, football season ticket sales are going well. We're up about 30% over the same time last year. So we're looking forward to big crowds in Williams Stadium, and we're certainly also expecting a great product in the field.
And can't leave out men's basketball as well. They had a very successful season, again, under head coach Richie McCaw. Looking ahead to this fall or this winter as well, getting people into Liberty Arena. Nothing worse than opening an arena and can't bring people in. So this fall or this winter, you're going to have Flames Nation actually get to take part of that. How exciting is that?
Yeah, it's overdue, and we're looking forward to filling up that facility. It was constructed in a way to really maximize the game day experience and the overall atmosphere, and we can't wait to see it at filled to capacity. And again, that'll be, I think, one of the best home court advantages in all of college basketball.
Ian, we appreciate the time. We always love catching up with you, and we're looking forward to talking some more here as we get through the next few weeks.
Great, thanks, Nick.